Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Rhiannon Rain. I am a witch and pagan, and today we are going to be deep diving into the lush and rich treasures that March is bestowing upon us in terms of witchcraft books and occult releases. I am so excited. You're going to be wanting to add this into your TBR as well, and definitely make sure you grab a cup of tea or a witchy beverage of choice, which is wine. Make sure you get some tea or some wine. Let's pull up some blankets and get cozy while we dive into this March's Witchcraft and Occult book releases for March 2026. All right, so the first book that we have on release here is called Fluid Condensers: Unlocking the Mysteries of Gold, Alchemy, and Magic. This is going to be released on March 31st, 2026, and there is a pre-order for it, so hopefully they don't push back the release date beyond this, because I'm very excited for this one. I have always been very interested in the idea of alchemy and transforming things and transmuting them into something different. So this book is by Eric Arcaden, and there's actually a foreword by Christopher Penczak, which I'm very excited to read. An accessible and comprehensive guide to an overlooked yet powerful tool of modern alchemy and occult practice. Fluid Condensers, this book explores history, theory, and practical application, filling a long-standing gap in magical literature. Alchemical wisdom for the modern practitioner. Long mentioned, but rarely explained, fluid condensers are a powerful yet elusive tool in occult and magical traditions. In Fluid Condensers, Eric Arcaden, I hope I'm saying that correctly, let me know in the comments if I'm not, demystifies this powerful practice by offering a thorough and accessible introduction suitable for both seasoned occultists and curious seekers, blending historical references, modern interpretations, and practical applications. Eric provides clear explanations, step-by-step exercises, discussion prompts, and sample recipes for a variety of magical goals. Fluid Condensers becomes an on-hand manual for deepening personal power and refining spiritual connection, designed to serve practitioners of all paths. This work is not tied to any one tradition. Instead, it positions Fluid Condensers as a living expression of modern alchemy. Practical, empowering, and transformative, whether you're looking to energize your magical practice, understand esoteric principles, or work more consistently with elemental forces. Fluid Condensers offers the tools and insight to do so. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds exciting and new to me. I have not dived into the realm of alchemy before. I've kind of like dibble-dabbled with like the idea of it, but I've never actually used its teachings to actually manifest anything. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very fascinated about the idea of transmutation and turning things from one to another for your own benefit. So that is something I'm super excited about. Let me know, have you guys had put this on your list yet? And if not, why not? So the next book is The Magic of Flowers, A Guide to Their Metaphysical Uses and Properties. This is a perfect book going into the spring months, very specifically in March. It's well placed for that for sure. And this book is by Tess Whitehurst. This book's publication date is set for March 17th, 2026, so I'm excited for that. I don't know about you guys, but I've always been very deeply drawn to herbs and flowers and anything plant matter, both in folklore tradition and as well as in just like the medicinal purposes that you can use these plants with. I wanted to be an herbalist for a very long time, and that's something that I'm still going to be trying to put myself through in school. So I'm excited to learn about this a little bit. So discover the enchanting world of flower magic with the magic of flowers, a lush and comprehensive guide to 80 mystical blooms from African daisies to ylang-ylang. This book invites you to explore the spiritual and therapeutic gifts of essential oils, flower essences, and fresh blossoms. Every page is filled with accessible insights into the flower's energetic properties, making it a perfect companion for both daily inspiration and deep magical practice. Flowers have long been revered as symbols of divine beauty, wisdom, and power, and this book shows you how to harness their magic in a practical way. Learn to attune to their vibrational energies to enhance your health, attract success, cultivate inner strength, and awaken your spiritual senses. With guidance on using flowers for aromatherapy, charms, rituals, potions, and alignment with higher forces. This guide opens a vibrant path to manifesting your most heartfelt desires. The magic of flowers is an invitation to forge a living relationship with the plant kingdom's most ethereal messengers. Each flower becomes a teacher, an ally, helping you to tune in to the deeper rhythms of nature and to your own soul. Let their gentle, radiant energy support your journey towards beauty, wholeness, and spiritual connection. Now, this is something I am very excited about. I would love to explore this. I've never read from Tess before. Let me know if you guys have read her books before, or I'm not sure if this is even her first publishing. And let me know if you've enjoyed her writing. It's not the most exciting premise in the world, but I'm excited to see where she takes it. I guess that's what I want to say here is like, where is she going to take this down the path of? I have for a very long time worked with plant spirits, and every month for a year I've pulled a card from my my herbal like tarot deck and worked with a card and a plant ally every month for over a year. And that has been a very deep practice of mine, just working with it through meditation, and if it was medicinal, through medicinal purposes. And I'm excited to see just kind of where she wants to head, in what direction with this. It could be very predictable and just kind of be a book on flowers that she's chosen and recipes and stuff like that, but it could also go a very creative or like folk tradition way, which I'm hoping for. The next book is called Roadmap by Moonlight, a guide to Wicca for life. Now, I'm not much into like reading Wicca-based books anymore, but it is nice to see more books on Wicca that are not just by Gerald Gardner, so that's very exciting in that sense. This is set to be published March 3rd, 2026, and this is by Deborah Lipp. This is a comprehensive introduction to Wicca, blending grounded theory with rich practical guidance from foundational theology to ritual work. Roadmap by Moonlight offers a long-term, sustainable path to modern pagan witchcraft for curious seekers and beginning practitioners alike, a practical and a philosophical guide to modern pagan witchcraft. In Roadmap by Moonlight, longtime practitioner Deborah Lipp offers a complete, accessible introduction to Wicca, thoughtfully balanced through spiritual theory with hands-on practice. Drawing from over 4 decades of experience, Lipp explores what Wicca is and isn't, common misconceptions, and how the craft has evolved from its 20th century roots to today's diverse expressions. Now that's something I'm interested in reading on. Now, if I could ever get through my stack of TBR, I will definitely add this to my list because I'm just curious as to like which way she's gonna take it. And it just seems like she's trying to like spread awareness on things, and I think that's definitely needed, especially because of the origins of where Wicca came from and how it is like kind of a melting pot of a lot of things. This book is foundational and flexible, and this book is both foundational and flexible. It covers theology, ethics, and cosmology while offering a wide range of practical tools, lunar rites, Sabbath celebrations, invocations, solitary and group rituals, and ceremonies for major life events such as hand fastings and baby blessings, with exercises for connecting to nature and deity, along with guidance on altars, tools, and writing your own rituals. Roadmap by Moonlight gives readers everything they need to start and sustain a personal practice. Written with clarity, warmth, and depth, this is a single volume resource for the spiritually curious, the Wiccan beginner, or the solitary witch seeking a more grounded framework. Whether you're just starting your journey or looking to refresh your practice, Roadmap by Moonlight is a thoughtful companion for the path ahead. Now that last part kind of like confused me a little bit, because in the paragraph before she was mentioning that it was more of like working on its theology, its ethics, its cosmology, debunking the things that Wicca is and is not. But then it very quickly kind of conflated, in my opinion, witchcraft and the pagan practice of being Wiccan. Most Wiccans are witches. They use magic. It's a religious-based pagan practice that uses witchcraft, but not all witches are Wiccan, if that makes sense. That's like the very basis of a lot of like the confusion with Wicca, I think, online, and I wish they had clarified that a little bit more. So we'll see how that book goes. Let me know if you guys read that and if I should pick it up myself, because I'm curious on how that's going to be cleared up. The next book is a revised and expanded version of an already released book. This one is called The Witch's Name: Crafting Identities of Magical Power. And it is going to be a Kindle edition by Storm Faywolf and a foreword by Matt Oren. Now, if you already have this book in your collection, you're probably not going to need another one, but it's just a revised and updated version. So I haven't read this book before, but as you all know, I've changed my name a few times here online, and I don't use my legal name online, but I do have a magical name, and I'm very connected with that. So I'm really excited to kind of like see what this is about. This revised edition offers meditations, rituals, and guidance to craft meaningful identities rooted in myth, nature, and spirit. With new material on coven and familiar naming, it's a transformative guide to finding yourself as a witch. A name is more than a label. It's a spell, a sigil of power, and a gateway to your magical self. In this revised and expanded edition of The Witch's Name, Storm Faywolf guides you through discovering a name that reflects your spiritual identity. Drawing on mythology, history, nature, astrology, tarot, numerology, this book offers inspiration for crafting a name that unveils your true self. Through guided meditations, journaling prompts, and over 24 hands-on exercises and rituals, readers explore their unique magical essence and learn to express it with intention. Whether you're naming yourself, your coven, or a familiar, book provides thoughtful frameworks and physiological insights for authentic self-expression. Featuring wisdom from renowned witches including Matt Oren, Phoenix LeFae, and Laura Tempest Zarkov, this book is an essential guide to reclaiming your magical identity. Now this is kind of cool too. For me, even though I've like played in the realm of it, and I don't have any intention at this moment to rename myself, I do like the name I've chosen. But I like the way that they've used numerology and tarot and mythology and all the different things. I didn't choose numerology in the choosing of my name, but I think that's a cool thing. And I think it'd be cool for, like, say, a business owner to name a line of their products or to name their business, to name anything in your life in that way. I've never gone that deep down the rabbit hole with it, but I think that would be kind of a cool thing to do. Let me know, have you guys read this book before? Is it in your collection, or are you gonna pick it up? The next book is called Ancient Spells and Incantations, Echoes of Magic Through the Ages and Across Cultures by Enid Baxter Rice. A collection of ancient spells and incantations, translated and interpreted for today's reader, brings long ago meaning closer to those engaged in magical practices of manifestation, prophecy, love, protection, healing, curses, and even vengeance. Each page of ancient spells and incantations holds verses adapted from text unearthed through extensive research, grimoires, letters, and trial transcripts from across the ages and around the world. Many of these were tucked away in university libraries, not easily accessible, Many of these were tucked away in university libraries, not easily accessible even to one actively in search of them. Enid Baxter Rice painstakingly researched this collection, finding fragments from across centuries. Translating from Latin to Old English herself, Enid has made the spells accessible to today's witches that was once whispered or chanted, spiraling in cursive or carved on stone. Still echoes like a song. Words that survive connect us to that ancient magic, and we can feel the truth and power. As we marvel at these ancient magical words, we think of our ancestors. Thanks to them, scraps of papyrus, shards of pottery, secret books that hissed recipes can hundreds of years later still show themselves to those who seek them. Now, I don't know about you guys, I got chills a couple times while I read that. I didn't even know what this was while I was saving it. I just knew it was a release, didn't read the foreword to it. This is very exciting. I'm excited to this. I'm excited to get this. I can't even talk. I will definitely be adding this to my TBR, and I'll probably bump it up to closer to the top so I can read it sooner than later. That's so cool that she was able to like do so much research and pull so much magical knowledge into the here and now for us to be able to benefit from. That's so special, and that's definitely a book that I want to have in my collection. That's something that's so valuable that no one else out there would be able to get their hands on otherwise. The next book is New Moon Life Designs. Manifest the life you want using lunar cycles, tarot, and astrology. This is from Wiser Books, and it's going to be released on March 6th, 2026. If you create the magical life you've dreamed of, if you've ever felt lost, stuck, or in a downward spiral, or longed for something deeper and more meaningful, New Moon's Life Design is for you. With the moon cycle as your guide, learn to harness lunar energies and create practical, personal pathways to manifest the life you've always wanted. New Moon Life's Design guides you through a full year, beginning with the new moon of your choosing. New Moon Life Design guides you through the year, beginning with a new moon of your choosing. The new moon is a dark and invisible portal and serves as the most potent time for setting intention and defining personal goals. From there, follow the lunar rhythm, waxing and waning, and return again, spiraling deeper. Each time you'll learn how the moon shapes the cosmic timeline, how astrology sharpens your focus and provides a framework for understanding the themes of your life, how tarot offers intuitive insight and reflection, how all three, when worked together, create a rhythm you can design your life by. Now, this is like my first thoughts here. This is not the most like original idea in the world. There's lots of books out there on using the moon and the rhythms of the moon to like manifest and use it to like build your life off of. But I'm kind of curious as to, again, like how they decide to structure it, and if they decide to pull anything more original into it other than just kind of like mushing these three topics together that seem to like flow very easily. I know that sounds harsh. I'm sorry. I don't know. I wanted more, and it's basically the blurb is almost done. New Moon Life Design has everything you need to understand the interworking of tarot and astrology, plus instructions for keeping a journal for your personal spiral practice. So they're calling this a spiral thing. So is it a thing that you necessarily have to do over and over again? Like, how many years do you have to do this? And also, I didn't realize now this is a tarot book. A little confused. I thought this was about like doing a life design, like almost like a human design, or like designing your life through like design choices. That's kind of what I read from the title, so I'm confused. This isn't just a system, it's a devotion, a practice of returning to yourself again and again. Don't forget, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. I don't know, I don't think anyone really needs this book. I don't want to be mean. I mean, if you've been in the occult sphere for any amount of time, you know, just quickly look up the lunar phases, and that's pretty much really all you need to know about them, and then the rest is kind of like personal gnosis and informing yourself through folk practice, I guess. But I don't really see like what you'd gain from this. I guess maybe if you're a very, very beginner, this could be cool. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys get it. Okay, the next book is called Hereditary Witchcraft. I'm a little curious onto this because this can also be a taboo thing to claim also. I think unless it takes a very specific route, I'm a little worried on it. And this comes out March 14th, 2026, and I think you guys all know why I'm a little worried. Okay. Uncover the ancient origins of the tradition, beliefs, and practices that shape modern witchcraft. In Hereditary Witchcraft, the author Raven Gramassi takes you on a journey to explore the deep historical roots of the old religion. Okay, guys. I'm so worried. Gramassi reveals the core principles of witchcraft, illuminating their ancient foundations from the pentagram's 2,500-year connection to witchcraft to the origin of the four elements in the ancient Greek philosophy. Gramassi blends historical occultism with the structure of modern covens. This book is not only rich in history, mythology, and folklore, but also offers practical rituals and techniques that you can incorporate into your own practice within the pages. You'll learn how to create and cleanse a magical circle. Why do you need to cleanse a magical circle? Am I missing something? As well as perform rituals for solstices, Diana's Day, and cornucopia. Armed with this knowledge, you'll be equipped with equipped to walk the path of the old ways. I'm still not sure what we're getting with this book, you guys. Can you explain it to me in the comments below if you understood like kind of what you're receiving from this book? Okay, receiving like old historical roots. Through what lens and why? And then how are they delivering that to us? Other than through like rituals and stuff, which is like a given. I'm a little confused. Have you guys read From Raven Gramercy before? I'm confused. Help me. Let me know if this is a good idea. I'm not sure. I think they should have written a different blurb about that. I'm not intrigued whatsoever. Okay, next is Whispers of the Elder Gods. Okay, so this is Norse myths for the modern practitioner. Let me know, you guys, have you just noticed all books seem to be like running through the view lens of a modern practitioner? Like they're trying to translate all this occult knowledge into like the viewpoint of modern practitioners. Like, yes, we're all modern practitioners, but like we don't need to be sold that. Again, like these things are ancient. We don't need to be like, I don't know. Have you guys noticed that? Like, okay. I'm gonna just kind of leave it, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, why do we have to keep reframing things in this new, like, modern perspective? It just feels a little gimmicky. I don't know, I guess. Yeah, this feels gimmicky to me. Okay, so a whisper from far away, a power from within. Ravens, wolves, magic rings, prophecy, goddesses, shaman gods, a creation of ice and fire, collapsing ships, eight-legged horses, wild creatures and guardians of the forest, goblins, giants, dwarves, and threads of fate. Norse mythology is brimming with striking imagery that speaks to us from across the centuries. These myths embody the power of story and hold just as much relevance for modern practitioners as they did for the original audiences. The Whisper of Elder Gods authors Jenny Apple and Dirk Grosser invite you into the animistic world of Norse mythology, illuminating the timeless spiritual wisdom they contain. With their guidance, you'll explore a series of myths, learning how to read them in context and find personal meaning within them. Through innovative storytelling and corresponding rituals, you'll learn to bring the magic of these ancestral tales to life, embracing ancient teachings for the modern world. Cool. I don't know, it doesn't seem like super exciting, but like I love Norse mythology, and anytime I can get a new book on Norse mythology, I'm happy. I'm excited to see how it is, and I might actually add it to my list because I love mythology books and I'd love to see how they write. All right, now lastly, you guys, this is one I'm so excited. I love Camden Cornell, so I'm just excited to add this to my my collection. This one is called On Pins and Needles, a witch's book of puppetry and figure magic. My eyes went weird for a second. So this is coming out on March 17th, 2026. And of course, it's by Camden Cornell. So discover the art of magical figures. On Pins and Needles is a hands-on guide to crafting, empowering, and deploying poppets for real results. This book is rooted in tradition, enriched by personal practice, and designed to empower any witch's craft. On Pins and Needles is a practical, grounded guide to the powerful magic of puppets and dolls, blending deep traditional roots with insights from years of personal work. Camden Cornell offers a thorough explanation of the creation, empowerment, and use of magical figures across a wide range of practices. Now that is so interesting. That's kind of like what I'm craving here, you guys. The last couple books I was just like, give me some more, like give me something else. And I'm so excited for this. Okay, inside this book you'll find reviews of materia, construction methods, activation techniques, and deployment strategies. Everything you need to bring these magical constructs to life with purpose and precision. The author shares not only time-tested practices, but also original charms and workings, many of which appear here for the first time, providing readers with fresh tools to add to their craft. Yes, that's what I want. Yes, baby, yes. Okay, so like that's what I want. I want new things. I want new practices. I want things that have taken a lot of work to gather and put together from across cultures. Like that's so interesting to me. And like how Camden does it. I want more of this kind of thing in 2026. So let me know. Have you guys read from Camden before? Are you excited about this new release? What books are you going to be adding to your TBR? That is this month's video for the books of the month for March 2026. And I love you guys so very much. If you've not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when I post a video. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss out, as well as hit the subscribe button and share this video with your fellow witches and pagans alike and magical practitioners of all sorts so that this community can grow and we can start like helping each other out a little, you know? So if you guys would like to help support the channel further so I can create more free content like this, and so much more, definitely check out my Patreon. The link will be in this channel notes down below. There you'll get early access to all of my podcasts and YouTube videos, as well as exclusive voting rights for all of my content that I produce here on YouTube, as well as early release of my EP that I will be releasing, that I'm currently just starting the writing on this year, as well as behind the scenes of everything that I do in my magical practice and so much more, like my witches book club or my little community of exclusive witches and magical practitioners in my Discord server that I'm starting to build a magical community with, and so much more, like I said. So definitely check it out if you're interested, and I'd be so appreciative. Leave a comment down in the show notes below what books you're most interested in, and if you have any video ideas for the next few videos, let me know. What do you want to see? What are you curious on? And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all so very much, and stay wicked, my babes. Bye!